March against AFSPA under the Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi ke memorandum tishe aru mangishe mot aru jogum hua khan ge insaf dibole aru AFSPA 1958 to Nagaland aru pura northeast pra hatabole. Dr. Rosemary Tsuvichu kuishe March against AFSPA to Naga Pai khan ge muraitia upor andolan koribole aru awas uthabole nimite ase. India aru Nagaland sarkar do Naga manu khan laga awas huni asena nai koigena sawal hudishe. COVID bimar bishi days pra phelaicha nimide Dimapur Lions Club Conbra Pacha 15 bra 18 sal nimide vaccination tripartition kurise. Guwahati High Court pra Assam Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi ge tinda state universities aru ekta central varsity laga poisa ulta chulata nimide itula ilzam upor notice dishe. PIL do NGO Amguri Naba Nirman Samiti profile kurise. Sammanuge salam apni kan Nltv Nagamese prime time sai ase ami chiben khung edia samachar details pra chanai dibo. Jimini district laga sabse pehla deputy commissioner Dr. Zasekule Chusi IAS karne civic reception aru superintendent of police Kanchan Kanpal Kumar IPS karne commemoration program manishe Ringma Sports Association ground Jimini de Monday din. Reception do Ringma Sports Association laga 75 sal anniversary logo miligina ayojan kurise. Idu event Ringma Hoho aru RSA pra ayojan kurise. Advisor Youth Resource and Sports Engineer Zalini Kapra Ringma Chadikhan Nutun District de Vikas Anibule Nimide Sorkar logo miligina kam koribole anurodh korise. Nieka Prabi Sunday stage anaise dai portfolio thuratak Khilari Khan nimide gam kuri thakibo. DC Zasekule Chusi Prabi Ringma Chadikhan ge isor pra mokatia nimide khushi pabole janaise aru jadi manu khan ge dai aru SP ge shandar reception dia opore dhanyawad janaise.
Among other abominable things, AFSPA has repeatedly deprived innocent civilians of their right to live, which contradicts the very concept of human rights and the reason for governments to exist in the first place. We therefore earnestly request you to take cognizance of the serious human rights crime committed by the Indian Armed Forces in the Uting massacre by bringing justice to the victims, to the families and injured, that the perpetrators be brought under civil court for criminal prosecution, and immediate and adequate compensation be given to the families of the victims and to the injured. To repeal AFSPA 1958 in total from the Naga homeland and the Northeast, to take cognizance of past atrocities and excesses committed by the Indian military, and adequate compensation be given to the victims or to the nearest kin. Help initiate the process of justice and of righting past wrongs by bringing the perpetrators under civil court for criminal procedures. To recognize the state government's role of handling law and order of the state and make provisions that henceforth AFSPA 1958 will not be enforced in Nagaland. Yours sincerely, Global Naga Forum, Naga Students Federation, Naga Madras Association, Eastern Naga Public Union Dimapur, Konyak Union Dimapur. Among other abominable things, AFSPA has repeatedly deprived innocent civilians of their right to live, which contradicts.
March against AFSPA bra Tuesday tin Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi ge memorandum dishe. Nagaland de Indian Sipai bra 63 years pra biya kam gurigena ahado governor ke chanai dishe. Memorandum de mangishe Indian Sipai bra oting mon hatsa de hatia kura aru jukum bunchai dia khan laga parivar ke insaf dibole mot hua khan laga parivar aru jagum hua khan ke buisa chul di compensate kuribole mangishe. AFSPA do Nagaland aru Northeast jaga bra hatai dibole mangishe. Indian Sipai Khan laga Bia Kam Khan upor saigena Kaldikura Sipai Khan ge civil court te anigena criminal procedures upor judge kuribole. Governor ke bi state the law and order sabule Nagaland sarkar ge zimidari tibole mangishe aru AFSPA 1958 do juldi Nagaland bra hatai dibole nimide gam suri kuribole mangishe.
Help initiate the process of justice and of righting past wrongs by bringing the perpetrators on the civil court for criminal procedures. To recognize the state government's role of, among other abominable things, AFSPA has repeatedly deprived innocent civilians of their right to live, which contradicts the very concept of human rights and the reason for governments to exist in the first place. We therefore earnestly request you to take cognizance of the serious human rights crime committed by the Indian Armed Forces in the Uting massacre by bringing justice to the victims, to the families and injured, that the perpetrators be brought under civil court for criminal prosecution, and immediate and adequate compensation be given to the families of the victims and to the injured. To repeal AFSPA 1958 in total from the Naga homeland and the Northeast, to take cognizance of past atrocities and excesses committed by the Indian military, and adequate compensation be given to the victims or to the nearest kin. Help initiate the process of justice and of righting past wrongs by bringing the perpetrators on the civil court for criminal procedures. To recognize the state government's role of handling law and order of the state, and make provisions that henceforth AFSPA 1958 will not be enforced in Nagaland. Yours sincerely, Global Naga Forum, Naga Students Federation, Naga Madras Association, Eastern Naga Public Union Dimapur, Konyak Union.
Advisor Naga Mothers Association or co-convener Global Naga Forum Dr. Rosemary Tsivishubra Raj Bhawan Kohimare kotha koa same janaise Nagas khando nijor phai khan ge murai dia opor andolan kuribole aro awas uthabole ahise youth khanra Naga society ge phal budli anibo Dr. Tsivishubra Raj Bhawan Indian Sarkar Nagaland Sarkar bureaucrats aro police khan ge Naga manu laga awas huni asena nai koigena sawal hudise dai aro janaise juti dai khan Naga manu ase Naga manu laga larai de ek sat khara kuribo Dr. Tsubishu koise idu march against AFSPA do suruat ase aru Naga manu khan awas uthai gena sawal kuribo khara kuribo aru mang kuribo nijor laga hak karone India sarkar do idia takpi Nagas khan ge hesab na kuri gena sai ase aru Naga khan achi jama kura do sob barivar organizations aru Indian Sipai bra nijor madi de murai dia Naga manu khan karone ase
We are all here to protest and to raise our voice against the killings of our sons at Oting, for the death of so many over the decades, countless. And we as mothers, we grieve, we share your sorrow. I particularly want to thank our Konyak brethren, the huge response from the Eastern Naga people on this walkathon which the Global Naga Forum had co-organized with the young people. Our youth are going to make the difference for us. It is time for our youth to lead. And we as mothers, we are happy to be a part of this change in Naga society. It is not old people alone who are leading. It is our youth who came up with this idea that we must walk and walk like the olden days and go till the Raj Bhavan. The question here today is the Raj Bhavan listening? Is the government of India listening? Is the government of Nagaland listening? Are the bureaucrats, the officers, the police who are standing here today, are you Nagas? If you are Nagas, you will be in solidarity with the demand which the Naga people are placing today in the memorandum before the Prime Minister of India. We thank each and every one of you. We thank all the organizations that have supported, stood by the roadside, joined the walkathon, all the villagers, the councils, the various unions, and particularly the Pipema community that came together to host us in the middle of winter and yet made the evening as comfortable as one can imagine. We hope this is going to be the beginning for the Naga people, where we are able to raise our voice, to question and to stand and demand for our rights. The Armed Forces Special Powers Act is an inhuman law. It is a law that violates every universal right that we Nagas also enjoy. It is not a question of us being militants. It is not a question of us being political activists. It is a question of the government of India looking at us as the other. We still have this colonial attitude being shown towards us. And we hope today, no matter how many of us are here, we are here to symbolize every organization, every family, every death that has.
Vaccination drive Dimapur de ja homoide 390 bacha nishna pra joadin vaccine loise aro aji 200 bacha khan loyase koigena khobor jani paise. Vaccination drive to bacha khan sal bondoro bra loigena 18 sal dak khan laga ase. 2003 aro 2004 laga bacha khan karne to Covishield di ase aro 2005 2006 aro 2007 de jonom hua bacha khan gedo Covaxin di ase. Aro bacha khan bra duida vaccine loa pichide booster lobo paru gundu 90 days pichide lobole paribo. Achi du vaccination drive Lions Club Dimapur de chuli thaka cover kuribole Nagaland TV bra jaise. Ami khan idu laga upore sai sabo.
আজিল জায়গা তো এতিয়া স্টার্ট হয়েছে আমি খান এন্ডিং তে ইভিনিং তো কব পারিব যাক লৈ তো আমি খান টোটাল ভ্যাকসিনেশন মারিছেন 398 আজি লাগাতে বি এক্সপেক্ট কৰি আছে আমি খান মোর দেন দ্যাট আমি খান ট্রাই কৰি আছে
তো the vaccination drive to kiman days lawless na
ইটো কিমান তক মানুহ খান আই থাকিব আমি খান মারি থাকিব
so to the like deadline নাই
এতিয়া তো এতিয়া ফার্স্ট ডোজ মারা খান সেকেন্ড ডোজ মারা খান এতিয়া বুস্টার ডোজ বি আইনা আছে তো তাইখান বি মই মানুহ খান ইটো বি কৈ দিব আপনি সেকেন্ড ডোজ কেতিয়া লৈছে উটো ডেট পুরা 9 মান্থস কমপ্লিট হওয়া পিছতে আপনি খান বুস্টার ডোজ বি একনা মারিব ইটো পারে বুস্টার ডোজ বি স্টার্ট হইছে অলরেডি তো মই ইটো খালি ইটো মানুহ জানাই দি আছে কি 2005 6 7 বর্ন খান তো কোভ্যাক্সিন দি আছে আর 2003 2004 ইটোলা আগে লাগা জন্ম খান তো সব কোভিশিল্ড দাওয়াই পাবো ইটো আছে
Hello everyone, welcome to Nagaland TV. Sab manulao ka awas. Aaj ami khan yedi Lions Club Dimapur de aise. To aaj ami khan yedi aata apni khan dikan national tek COVID vaccine la drive chaise. To aaj la the vaccination drive to 2005 6 7 khan born khan la porde. To dudo tahan 2005 6 7 de janam ha gando tahan to co-vaccine de aise. Aro 2003 2004 de janam ha gando Covishield de aise. Aro the vaccination drive to kitia tak khatam hobo etu na jane because tahan ahina li thagibo pare na kharo apnian hona nishna booster dobi ahina sikse to after 9 months tahan itu co-vaccine aro Covishield to complete hoina after 9 months haushi dan aina booster bi lo pare na nabi janibo dishe tena nishna more updates hai degbi
Guwahati High Court pra Monday Assam aru Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi ge Dinda State Universities aru ekta Central Varsity puisa ulda chulai dia ilzam de notice dishe. Mukhi do charta universities Despur University, Assam Agricultural University, Guwahati University aru Dibrugarh University laga chancellor ase. NGO Amguri Napa Nirman Samiti pra PIL do file kurigina Chief Justice Sidanshu Tulia aru Justice Somitra Saikia pra notice to issue kurishe. High Court pra aru UGC State Education Department, Chief Secretary, Higher Education Director, Controller of Assam Agricultural University, Registrars of Guwahati, Dibrugarh aru Despur Universities, DGP aru Chief Minister's Vigilance Cell SB ge din hapta machude jawab dibole janaise. Ziminu District laga sabse pehla Deputy Commissioner Dr. Zasekule Chusi IAS karne civic reception aro Superintendent of Police Kanchan Kanbal Kumar IPS karne commemoration program ekta Rakishe Rengma Sports Association ground Ziminu de mandatin. Reception do Rengma Sports Association laga 75 years anniversary logode miligana ayojan kurise. Idu event Rengma Hoho aro RSA pra miligana ayojan kura laga ase aro advisor youth resource and sports Engineer Zalini Kabra Rengma Chadikhan Nutun District Vikas Anibule Nimide Sorkar Logo Miligana Kam Gurubule Anurot Krishe. Nieka Brabi Sandesh Techanaishe Dai Portfolio Turatak Kilari Khan Nimide Aro Kempson Sports Nimide Kam Guri Takibo. DC Zasekule Chusi Prabi Rengma Chadikhan Ge Isobra Mogadia Nimide Kushi Baule Chanaishe Aro Jati Manu Khan Ge Dai Aro SP Ge Shandar Reception Dianimide Tanevat Aro Kushi Chanaishe.
I must say that under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Nipirio and my senior colleagues, Honorable Advisor Sri R. King and all other pioneers of Semenu District Mission, we have attained the long-awaited dreams of our Rengma people. Let this blessing unite us further, encourage us to be a set for the Nagas, and together let us be torchbearers for peace and development. 75 years journey of Rengma Sports Association must have been challenging and overwhelming. Nevertheless, the way in which this anniversary has been organized, it indicates that Rengma Sports Association is not only a major sports association, but also a responsible and influential sports organization. Games and sports is no longer a hobby today, but a professional occupation. We have seen athletes, sportsmen and women whose life had transformed from the worst to best and from the best to better. We must rearrange and restructure our narratives of molding talented athletes and players. Towards this endeavor, I assure my all possible assistance for upliftment of our youth in the field of games and sports, so long I am given the in charge of the concerned department.
For God has given us the equal opportunity even to the Rengma people. And I also would like to thank the Rengma people for having this civic reception to me and to my SP. We are unworthy of it, but we accept with humble to your grand and
Commissioner of Police Office of the Commissioner of Police Dimapur pra ekta manulaga Dimapur de lash paise kuigina Janaishe last 9 January 2 baji ata nishna de paise aru mot hua manu laga saldo 35 laga 40 under de hobo kuigina janaishe lash ke network counter compound Blue Hill station de paise kuigina khobor dishe idu lash laga khobor pa bichire East Police Station officer duty de thaga khan jaga de jaigina lash do paise aru khobor pa hisab de tai do phik manga manu ekta thakise kuigina khobor dishe Last report statement law pichire district hospital Dimapur morgue de postmortem aru judge kuribole loi jaise idu mamla opor press note pi ekta olaise aru kuise idu mot hua manulaga khandan aru sadikan idu lash loi jabole karne East Police Station Dimapur de khobor dibole janaise Advisor IT Science and Technology NRE Government of Nagaland Mhulamu Kigon COVID-19 positive test Turishe Kwegina Daibra Nichor Twitter handle de Tuesday tin Chanaishe Kikon RT-PCR test Kurabichide positive Turishe are mild symptoms ase Kwishe Tai idia same isolate Kurigina home quarantine de Takiase Kikon Bra Dialogue de Kun Khan Duidin para contact de Takishe দাইখানকে টেষ্ট কৰি কিনা নিজৰ পৰা আইসোলেট কৰিবলৈ অনুৰোধ কৰিছে Assam laga East Karbi Anglong de Ga Police pra heroin Tuesday din de baise. Karbi Anglong Police pra truck ekta de 1.5 kilograms laga heroin baise aru heroin laga tam do rupees 10 crore nishna hobo koigena janaise. Police pra koise daikan truck check kura same heroin do 110 sop laga thapa de chupai gina thakise pugise. Idu mamla laga opore police pra truck laga driver ke giraftar korise. Truck driver laga nam do Tipak Chetri ase koigena bi jani paise. Chetri do Manipur laga Kangpokpi district laga ase aru idu trucks do Manipur pra kohari de loi jai thaka samede thurise Assam laga Dinsikia area de Assam laga top journalist action bra Monday rati ekarobaji mishede nijorge pistol bra marigena chan luise Journalist laga naam do Bikash Moran ase koigena khopor paise aro Assam de sabse phal aro senior journalist ekta ase aro dai Upper Assam Satellite News Channel ekta laga bureau chief thakise Bikash laga khandan aro jania manu khan pra koise idu hatsa do muila hat ekta shamil thakibo aro suicide to no hobo idu laga obore police pra investigation ekta suru korise Bikash pra jola laga pandok to paise Desh te COVID bimar bara hoa karan Prime Minister Narendra Modi bra Chief Ministers logode Thursday din meeting lobo nishna ase. Desh te state alag alag te COVID bimar spread hoa do kumdi kuribo nimire katam utai gena dikhi pai ase. Desh te COVID laga situation sai gena Prime Minister Modi bra Sunday din de kotha koise. District level de COVID phela kumdi kuribole infrastructure banabole lakhe koi gena PM bra janaise. Desh te 4,461 Omicron variant laga cases ulaise January 11 de. Maharashtra de 1,247 cases hoigina sabse age de ase. Idu biche de Rajasthan for 645, Delhi 546, Karnataka 479, Kerala 350, Uttar Pradesh 275, Gujarat 236, aru Tamil Nadu 185 cases ase. Haryana aru Telangana de 123 cases ase, Orissa de 74, Andhra Pradesh de 28, Bihar, Punjab aru West Bengal de 27 cases, aru Goa de 21 Omicron cases ase. Madhya Pradesh de 10 cases ase, Assam de 9, Uttarakhand de 8, Meghalaya 5, Jammu and Kashmir de 4 cases ase, Andaman and Nicobar Islands aru Chandigarh de 3 cases ase, aru Puducherry de 2 cases, Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Ladakh aru Manipur de ekta case ase. Desh de Tuesday din 1,68,063 nutun COVID-19 cases ulaise aru total de 69,959 patients pra phal hoise bimar pra. 24 ghanta de idukan sob hoise. Employees Provident Fund Organization bra Twitter de Atmanipar Parad Rozgar Yojana extend Korea se 30th June 2021 to March 31st 2022 tak koigena khopor dishe. APRY Yojana do kam kura thakya ke buisa para duk kura khan mutut kuri dibole laga ase aro sector industries te kam kura manu khan hire kuri bole himat dibole laga ase. Yojana laga jankari janibole Ministry of Labor and Employment aro EPFO laga website de babo koigena janaise. Delhi de private offices khan bon kurigena khor pra kam kuribole Tuesday din de hukum dishe. Delhi de area COVID-19 cases pishu uthia karam nutun niyum do ulai dishe. Zaruri office, private banks, insurance companies, pharma companies, microfinance companies, lawyers offices aru courier services khan to COVID-19 guidelines chulai gena khulibole ijazat dishe. Idu hukum do disaster management authority bra loishe. Haveri district Karnataka de ekta manubra Sunday de bank de chui lagai dishe dai laga loan application ke recheck kridia nimide. Police pra kalatkar ke giraftar krise aro Gachinelli police station de tai laga khilaf ke stars krise Indian Penal Code laga section 436 477 aro under de. Police laga chankari hisab kalatkar do loan lobole mon takise idubra bank ge huda hudi karone chaise will be verification kura same kunba documents thik na thaka bra loan application ge recheck kri dishe tai idu opor kusa othigena bank de chui lagai dishe. Supreme Court laga advocate khan ge ekta pardeshi call kurigena Prime Minister Narendra Modi Punjab te chabule naparia laga case opore zimidari loise aro central sarkar ge mutut natibule thamgi dishe mandide. Lawyers pra koise tuida call bi UK de pra kurise aro bujur 1040 aro 1226 tin de uthaise. Advocate Deepak Prakash pra itu laga mamla sabule aro police complaint bi tile kurise. UNESCO World Heritage Center bra desh la UNESCO World Heritage Sites the Hindi description published kribule monsor hoise. January 10 de World Hindi Day mana opor itu khopor janaise. UNESCO Paris nimire desh laga permanent delegation bra January 10 de virtually World Hindi Day manishe. Brazil, Greece, Iran, Mongolia aro Palestine nishna alag desh laga UNESCO ambassadors bra video message bi pataise. World Hindi Day laga naam bra pathai janaigena. US doctors Canberra 57 years mota ektage genetically modified kahuri laga heart implant kuri dishe. David Bennett to terminal mon laga bimar thakigina bishi moina bedridden hoigina thakise. University of Maryland Medicine UMMC laga doctors kan koise Bennett din akire surgery kurigina idiado phal salamat de ase. Organ transplant kurado first time ase Januar laga heart genetically modify kurigina manu laga kao phitor de halibule aro itu bra recheck na kurigina asol manu laga heart nishina function kuribule prate xenotransplantation research kurakhan pra genetically modified gauri laga heart ke julabule paribo koise kile mane gauri manu aro non human primates khande psychological physiological similarities pa bra itu gauri laga heart ke Revive Fikor kun ekta regenerative medicine company ase Flexburg Virginia de tai khan bra tishe. Tuida nutun Vibrio-bacteria Chichester Harbour UK fale thaga Samudra Sea de paise koigena University of Exeter laga study de chanaise. Research chanaise kiria kacha aro phal bra napagai shellfish ke khabo itu bra bat laga khera manu gao de peda kuribo pare. Study laga hisab de global temperatures uthakaran pani pi korom gride itu karan vibrio species laga diversity bi parhawa de. Nagaland TV Nagamese Prime Time yadibra samat kuri ase ami chipen khung sab manu Nagaland TV sa thaka nimre धन्यवाद